And we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Nick from Australia, and welcome to the State of Origin Game 1 review, post-game review and reaction. I'm joined by two rugby league YouTubers. We got Warriors and our Fanatics up there in the Queensland jersey, and we've got Cody's Footy World down the bottom there, and I think it's New South Wales colours. I could be wrong. What are you wearing, Cody?
Is
You got the Blues gear on? Yeah, beautiful stuff.
Blues.
Yeah, I actually took my New South Wales shirt off and threw it in the cupboard, and I'll be putting it back on for game 2. But
Yeah.
I've been getting a lot of everybody.
yeah, well, fuck, there's a lot to talk about tonight, man. Holy shit, holy shit. Obviously, the talking point is the send off, and we will dissect that. But of course, hello to the chat. The chat is going off. And I predicted this would happen. I knew the chat would be hot tonight because it's Origin 1. It's Origin 1 review on the only channel that really matters when it comes to post-game live reviews. It's my channel. If you guys are new around here, don't forget to press that subscribe button. Press the thumbs up. Like the stream. What's up, everyone? Hello to Mando, Jason, Josh, Bosky. Who else is here? Luke, Full Power NRL Games. SS Storm fan, we got Neutralizer, we've got Jim, a couple of donations as well. York with the $15. It just says Queenslander. Yeah, congratulations. And Jason Reader with the $5 super chat up the Maroons. He's very happy. Yeah, nice one, bro. Congratulations. Not much. Not that I really care about Queensland when it comes to Origin. Hello to Will. Hello to everyone that's here. Jim. Everyone that's watching. Hope you guys are all doing well, man. Hope you're all doing well. Hello to Will. Hello to Amanda. Everyone that's here, man. Boys, I think we should just start with the main topic. We know Queensland won the game, and obviously, good luck to them. But let's just start with the Joseph Suaalii send-off. Well, it definitely killed New South Wales. It definitely hurt them. But let's just go over it because that's what everyone wants to talk about, I think. I'll start with you, Warriors Fanatics. I know you're a Queenslander, but what'd you make of the Joseph Suaalii send-off? Send-off or sin bin?
Yeah, look, I reacted to this game live on my YouTube channel, and I personally thought it was definitely a send-off. I looking at the rules, you just can't do it. You just can't do it. And I know some people might say it looks a bit harsh and on replay, but I think for me, it's definitely a send-off. You can't do it. And Suaalii, I think that was a stupid move by him on Reece Walsh so early in the game as well. So yeah, it's quite.
I'm still mad. I'm still mad about the whole thing. Cody, I'll get your 2 cents quick. What do you think of the Suaalii send-off? Send-off or sin bin? How would you have called it?
Definitely a send-off. I was also live, and when I first saw it, and I said, yep, that's definitely a send-off. And that's not just me being a Roosters hater, but that was definitely a well-deserved send-off. It was not needed. Look, like some people can say it's harsh all they want, but doesn't matter. That killed the game for New South Wales, and Suaalii doesn't deserve to play game 2.
All right, I'll give you my 2 cents in a moment, but first I want to welcome in somebody that has a completely different opinion to the two of you. And I've been talking to him privately during the game, and let me just say, this man is absolutely furious with the send-off.
Oh, this will be interesting.
This could really be ladies and gentlemen, let's get locked in. All out Champa on here.
Oh, here we go.
I'm surprised you're still wearing the jersey after the game, but Champa, how are you, bro?
I've had better nights, mate. I'll just say that.
The Suaalii send-off, go on. What do you reckon?
Oh, I've heard mixed reactions from different fans. Like Fanatics and Cody, you said, yeah, it's a send-off, contact to the head. Other people saying a sin bin was only needed. My opinion, State of Origin, one of the biggest games of the year. I think we should let it slide for a send-off. It should have just been a sin bin or something like that. If the tackle wasn't intentionally dangerous, it was reckless, but you could see that he was going for a clean hit. It was unfortunate that he clipped him in the head. But to issue that a send off because it made contact to the head, this is where it gets a bit controversial. In my opinion, we should be saving send offs for dropping plays on their head or intentionally going high, like with a clothesline or a coat hanger. A tackle like that reminds me a lot of Suaalii and Slater. And it was actually very dangerous for Slater because he lost 2 weeks of his memory. But it gets controversial, but man, I'm telling you right now, it's Origin. And I don't want to blame refs here, but you can tell that send off affected us for the whole game. I reckon
You
we
know
could have let
what?
it slide.
You know what? I've had time to think about it. Obviously, it happened in like the 6 minute. So realistically, we've had probably just about 2 hours to really, keep watching replays and give a honest opinion on it. You know what? As a New South Welshman, I think it was a send off, but what was Suaalii thinking there? Like, I know Walsh slips. I know he slips a little bit. I know there wasn't a whole lot Suaalii could do, but if you go back and watch the replay, Suaalii rushes up, he gets in his face, kind of thing. Then he's sort of he sort of lays off it. He sort of stops, and then he just goes bang. And he takes his eyes off him too, which makes it look worse than what it actually is. So, the fact that Reece Walsh did get knocked out, even if he was knocked out for 10 seconds, he still got knocked out. He got shouldered in the head. He did pass his HIA, but it was deemed category 1, so instantly ruled out of the game. But I just want to say this as well, and this is going to sound controversial too, but Joseph Suaalii's actions, he literally let down the entire state of New South Wales. What a disgrace. I said going into Origin 1, they should not pick Suaalii. His form hasn't been that great. He hasn't been in the greatest of form. He's been fine, but he hasn't really stood out as a top 5 centre. And I guess the other thing you could say is, he's going to rugby union next year, which puts a bit of a bad taste in a lot of New South Wales fans' mouth, and a lot of people don't like that. So I said going in it, I would have went with Jesse Ramian, or I would have had Matt Burton go to left centre. But I was never a fan of the Suaalii selection to begin with. But for him to get sent off in the first 6 minutes for a tackle that he probably could have pulled out of, really poor. Really poor from him, man. And look what happened. Queensland just went fucking bang, bang, bang. Bang. I know it's Origin. You don't want to send players off. I understand it. But come on, man. You use your shoulder. You hit someone in the head. You knock them out. They don't come back. No, you're not going to survive. You're gone. That's game.
But Nick, I want to say,
yes,
in one of the biggest games of the year, what do you really think that a send off was necessary in a moment like this, where a send off could have been very costly for us?
You know what, Champa? I think Suaalii knew what he was doing. I'm not saying that New South Wales' plan was to take Reece Walsh out of the game and knock him out cold, but you look at, a couple of plays before it, Liam Martin hit Walsh late, and then there was another one where he was hit off the ball. I think Joseph Suaalii knew what he was doing, because when you rush up out of the line, he literally slows right down, and then he hesitates for a moment, and then he just goes whack. So, yeah, this obviously Walsh slipping doesn't help, but I think Suaalii knew what he was doing. Now, I guess the real question is, how many weeks is Suaalii going to get? Are we talking 4 weeks? Are we talking 2 weeks? Are we talking 6 to 8 weeks? How long do you guys reckon he's going to be getting suspended for?
Yeah, well, going off, if this was club level,
Club level will be 8 weeks, easy.
Oh, I reckon he'll still get probably 8 weeks, eh?
I reckon he'll get 6. I'll say 6. What about the rest of you? How many weeks? 6
I
weeks
don't.
easy.
Yeah, but I don't think we should be penalizing. Oh, look, not penalizing. I'll use it. I'll use a better word. I don't think we should be sending off players for trying to pull off big hits. You could tell he was pulling off a big hit. I don't think he was trying to knock out Reece Walsh. I don't think anyone
Maybe not, but
goes
bro,
into.
maybe not. But we know the rules. Shoulder to the head, knock a player out. You're probably gone. You're probably gone.
Mhm.
I know it sucks. And yes, we want it to be 13 on 13. We don't want players getting sent off. I understand your point. I totally agree with where you're coming from. But my argument is because they've cracked down on HIAs, the HIAs now are serious. They treat them very seriously. You can't use your shoulder to the head in any circumstances. I know you see a lot of sin bins. I get it, bro, but shoulder to the head. Walsh was knocked out. I don't know how long he was knocked out for. I guess we won't know. Probably for another couple of days, but shoulder to the head, you're probably fucked, to be honest. You're probably gone.
Cost us the game.
It definitely killed us. It
Yeah.
definitely killed us. It's just
It's controversial.
I suppose what we need to talk about now. I don't want to go on about Suaalii all night because that's not what we're here to do. But I guess that
We need to
obviously
start.
Suaalii he won't be there for game 2. Who would you pick for
We
game
need
2?
to.
Do you bring Latrell back?
But I'll bring the chop hands down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Burton. I'm sorry to Jesse Ramian. I'm sorry to
Tony Stagg.
Tago. I'm to Tony Staggs. I'm sorry to all those players. They are great. But I'm telling you this right now. We are in sudden death. And we cannot risk it bringing on another debutant. We need to bring someone here who knows
You're right.
Origin, who knows how to win Origins, who knows
Yeah.
in the mongrel part of the game. We need someone to show that intensity. We need someone with that dog in him, and that is Latrell Mitchell. He needs to get an SOS call. If I was Madge, I'll be picking up the phone the next day. I'll be like, Latrell, I know you said you wanted to focus on sales, but we need you, brother. We need you for game 2. I'll tell you this right now. If we pick another debutant to fill in that spot, especially with a game on the line, I think it's going to cost us. That's no disrespect to Isaac Tago or Jesse Ramian. They are talented players. And I know that if they were in Origin, they would kill it. But we need experience right now. We need someone who knows how to win an Origin game. And that is Latrell
Well,
Mitchell.
Champa, you would probably agree with me. And like, obviously, going into Origin, we're talking about guys on debut. And if you're going to debut a bunch of New South Wales guys that haven't played before, you do it in the first game. You don't want to do it in a must-win. So I do like your Latrell Mitchell argument. And look, I know Latrell hasn't been in the greatest form, but when he puts that Blues jersey on, he is a different player. I remember last year for Queensland, Murray Talangi going into game 1 for Queensland. His form wasn't great. And everyone was like, why is he there? How's he in the team? And he killed it, bro. And he got his confidence back and he sort of just kicked on after that. So I'm with you. But another player we need to talk about, Cody, I know you and Fanags both did a live reaction on both of your respected channels, but the performance tonight of the halfback, Nico Hines, I thought was dreadful. Kicking game was shithouse.
Yeah, bro,
Him
it was
and
different.
they just don't go together. Just don't work.
Yeah.
Cody, give me your 2 cents on Nico Hines.
Yeah, he was very awful tonight. He even looked very, very nervous out there as well for most of the game. Horrible kicking. I mean,
Terrible.
we could have had Burton in the halves as well, but what other choice halfback will we have at the moment? But I'd love to see how he will pull it off if he gets selected for game 2.
I don't think they're going to pick Hines game 2. I think with Mitchell Moses, who just returned last week and had a blinder against Cronulla, I think game 2, New South Wales have got to go with Jerome Luai and Mitchell Moses. Now, I know we can't put all the blame on Nico Hines, and I know the forward pack for New South Wales didn't really deliver like we thought it would, but Nico Hines had plenty of kicks, and some of his last tackle options, they just weren't good enough. And Queensland's first try was on the back of Nico Hines' kick that went dead, and then it led to Ben Hunt's first try, literally the next set on the 7-tackle set. So, yeah, nothing against Nico Hines. Don't get me wrong, very good play for Cronulla and whatnot, but he hasn't really, stepped up in the big games, especially in Origin and in finals. So I think they got to go with Luan Moses for game 2.
You can really see if I just add real quick, you can really see the difference it makes when I don't want to blow smoke up Cleary's ass, but you can really see how much Cleary was missed in that game in terms of his kicking, in terms of his direction on running through plays. And to Hines, I don't know, when it comes to big representative games, look, because he's usually he doesn't live up to it. He doesn't bring in his club form that he usually plays into Origin. But Mitchell Moses, with the few games he's had, he's shown
He had
potential
one
to
game
be
and he
that
looked
player.
like a fucking 10 out of 10 against Cronulla last week.
Exactly. So,
bro, where was the Nico Hines that we saw the first 10 rounds this year? Where's the Nico Hines we saw against the Roosters at Magic Round? Like, I know the forward pack didn't really do a good enough job for him, and I know that, but Nico Hines had some kicks tonight that could have been so much better, and I don't know if it's Madge's game plan and how he wants Nico to play, but Nico looked like a completely different player. I know that he had a bit of an injury going into it, but if he was in doubt, he wouldn't have played. So I'm not going to use the injury as an excuse for Nico, man. He just didn't live up to it. So I'm interested to see how Nico goes. I know he's not playing this week. I believe Hines plays, I think Cronulla play the Dolphins next Thursday night. And I think Moses has got the Dogs Monday, and then he's got the Roosters the week after. So
that Monday game,
Moses gets 2 more games to prove his worth.
That Monday game against the Bulldogs is, I think we're all going to be keeping a close eye on Mitchell Moses and seeing how.
And Matt Burton too. Just keep in mind, Matt Burton, another one
He's
he was 18th man
well.
tonight. So that's another one.
He could get that center position off Suaalii. So we don't know.
It could be him. It could be Latrell. It could be who else is available. Like they're probably the only guys you could really go with. I don't think you want a debut or debutant like we were talking about before.
Yeah, exactly. But Nico Hines definitely wasn't the player that we saw during the first few rounds of footy. But he wasn't the only one that was underperforming.
Oh, you're right, brother. All good. You there, Champa? Everything good, mate? We'll get back to Champa in a moment while he fixes his internet problem there. But Warriors and NRL Fanatics, just want to touch on Queensland now. They had a lot of good players tonight, man. Who would you say was their best? I know Ben Hunt actually won the man of the match, which surprised me. I didn't expect that. Who would you say was who would you say was the best for Queensland?
Look, there's so many standouts. It's hard to pick just one player. Like I thought the likes of Cherry Evans, leading the way there, was great. Yeah. And also, look, I thought the Hammer was awesome as well. Scoring 2 tries. Oh, yeah. I personally gave my man of the match to the Hammer, in my live reaction, after the game. So I went with the Hammer as my man of the match, but there's so many standouts. You probably look at Cherry Evans, in particular, I think Tommy Dearden, I thought, did a job there as well.
Yeah, he was good, wasn't he?
He was good. Just looking at the outside backs, Hammer, Talangi was good as well.
Ben Hunt had a big game.
Yeah, Ben Hunt was outstanding there. Quite a few. Our forward pack was great as well. So I'd probably give it to the Hammer. But yeah. Ben Hunt, Ben Hunt, you can't argue against it. He was good as well. It was great. He had a good game, but I personally would give it to the Hammer. I think Hammer was outstanding.
How the fuck did Hammer? I'm sorry, but whoever's doing the man the match rankings and whatever, how the fuck did the Hammer not get player of the game? He scored 3 tries. He went from center to fullback. He was dangerous the whole game. obviously Ben Hunt did a lot of hard work through the middle as well. I can't believe they gave it to Cherry Evans. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I was actually shocked they gave it to Cherry Evans. I didn't expect that.
But it's a tough call to make between Cherry Evans and the Hammer. They both were just outstanding that tonight.
I reckon Hammer was so much better than Cherry Evans.
I think they gave it because of his intercepts and his 40-20s. I think that's why they gave him DCE. But Ben Hunt deserves a lot of praise as well, bro. How is it? How is it that Ben Hunt and DCE are just whining about the clock when it comes to Origin? I guarantee DCE can play till he's 40. I reckon he can play till he's 40.
I don't disagree with that. He could. He fucking could.
He's the oldest ever captain. He's the oldest Queensland captain in history, just beating Arthur Beetson. How about that for a stat?
So we'll just go through all the tries quickly on who actually scored tonight, because I want to get to the forward packs. I want to go over the forward packs now. For Queensland, Ben Hunt scored first. The Hammer got a hat trick. Ben Hunt got a second try in the 66th minute. And Xavier Coates got one in the 70th minute. And for New South Wales, tries to James Tedesco and Zach Lomax. Blues forward pack. I'll tell you who I reckon was good and who wasn't good. First of all, Jake Trbojevic is the New South Wales captain. He just got appointed captain, and he played 29 minutes. That right there is a big, big fucking problem. Why are you naming a front rower to be the captain who can play 80 minutes at Clubland, but you're going to play him 29 in an Origin game? That made absolutely no sense to me. No. I don't get that. Why is Payne Haas only playing 53 minutes? Payne Haas is the best prop in the fucking comp. He should be playing 65 plus. You got Cameron McInnes, 49 minutes, probably about right for him. Yo played 48. I thought Yo was great. He probably should have started Jose Yo. Ola Kawadi only played 24 minutes. Why? Yeah, fucking Leany played 25. Leany was probably one of our best. And Hudson Young played 23 minutes. So, again,
I didn't even remember Hudson Young being out there. He was so quiet.
He barely did anything. He barely got the fucking ball. I think he was defending at center for a little while. Now, look, fucking Madge got it so wrong with the rotation, man. Like, Hamoli playing 24 minutes. I was worried about it, Champa. Me, you, and Provenzo Vitt spoke about this last night. Was really concerned about Hamoli not getting the minutes that he should. And our bad fears came to a reality. But you know who I want to give a rap to for New South Wales? How good was Reece Robson? He was probably one of our best players, man.
I was very skeptical on his picking, as for me being a Tigers fan. Yeah. I thought all eyes were going to be on Coruscant for him getting picked. But they went with Reece Robson. And I'm thinking to myself,
Robson was great, wasn't he?
Yeah, I was a bit worried. I'm like, come on, Coruscant's been one of the best hookers in the game, even in a shit team like the Tigers. But not only did Reece Robson show up
on YouTube,
I got to call a spade, all right? And I can't be biased all the time. Bro. But I will say this: not only did Reece Robson turn up, even in a very depleted New South Wales side, but man, his defense was amazing. He pulled off a big hit. He forced an error.
Yeah,
Reece Robson was a defensive machine. And
so Reece Robson played the full 80. He made 50 fucking tackles. And yes, he did miss 5 tackles, but I believe 2 or 3 of them were towards the end where everyone was just out on their feet and had no fatigue left. So 50 tackles, 80 minutes. I think Robson had a really solid game for the Blues. Really solid. Now, we'll just go to the backs quickly for New South Wales. Look, I know Tedesco ran for 200 meters, but James Tedesco was fucking terrible. Do not fall into the trap of stats and kiss his ass. Tedesco was terrible. He had a shit game, bro. A very shit game. Does
What-
anyone
what-
here want to
Yeah.
argue Tedesco was good?
I don't want to argue that, mate. And I was gonna 100% agree with you. Not only was Hines disappointing, but Teddy was, especially him getting the SOS call. This was his chance to prove himself and to somehow secure
It's
a
quite
fullback
shit.
position for the next 2 games. But you could just tell in attack every time he passed the ball out to his backs, mate.
It
The
could
ball
go
would
over the
be
sideline.
exactly. It would be so close to going out over the sideline, and sometimes these passes were just shocking, especially that one
Oh.
where he tapped it. I don't know if it was Hudson Young or Angus Crichton. He
Yeah,
tapped it back to
he
him and
tapped it
knocked
to
it last
Lomax and went over the fucking sideline. It was
Lomax.
dreadful.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
So
Yeah. Horrible.
we get,
Yeah.
and it's very un-Tedesco. Like even someone
Yeah.
who at his caliber, played 22 Origin games. People put him up there as one of the best New South Wales players to ever don a jersey, and he comes out with a performance
Garbage.
like that. Yeah.
And I suppose for New South Wales, the only two backs we can really say tried hard and had a go were Zach Lomax on debut. I thought he had a really good game, and Stephen Crichton was good, especially in
Oh,
defence.
mate,
Especially in
Stephen
defence.
Grind was a defensive machine, and I think we
Toto
need to
was
give credit.
okay.
Toto was good, but he just couldn't get any ball because
He couldn't get into the game, really.
exactly.
Couldn't really
And
get into the game. Cody, is there anyone that you disagree with so far that like we have mentioned that we thought were good and bad?
No, but I'll probably say that I'll probably give a shout to Liam Martin for one of
Yeah, good
those
call.
tackles that he put on. That was absolutely
remember that.
amazing. I think he did it twice, so unless that was
Reece
the other
Robson had one big hit. I know that. Liam Martin had
Yeah,
the other, I think.
Robson had the try save and knock on. I think it was on Nanai, I think.
Yeah, and
And
he put that big hit on who was it? Was it Cotter? It might have been on Cotter.
yeah, I think it was.
I think it was-
Yeah, it was Connor.
I think it was Cotter, yeah. No, you're
But
right.
no, I think Liam Martin. I think he was definitely one of our better players tonight as well.
Yeah, and we'll go to Queensland because I know Fanatics wants to talk about how good Queensland are. Fucking Queensland spirit bullshit. But
L.
Fanatics, who were obviously, you know what, let's just go through it. So the Queensland backs, obviously, Cobbo on the bench was a fucking bonus, and Billy Slater, fucking genius move, man. The Hammer at fullback, we know how good he was, probably player of the game. Mate, I thought Valentine Holmes probably a little bit quiet. I don't know if you agree with that. I don't think he was in the game as, much as he could have been. What do you reckon about that?
Yeah, look, obviously, I thought Val was probably one of the quietest outside backs for us.
He was a bit.
Yeah, and having Cobbo off the bench, I was wondering whether that was the right decision or not, but it turned out to be a masterstroke there from Billy to pick Cobbo off the bench, and he came on and had plenty of impact to the side. So, and of course Hammer, Hammer was great at fullback. Walshy.
So on Cobbo in the centers, bro, how good was that? Cobbo was a handful.
Oh, he was outstanding. Cobbo was outstanding in the centres, and then Hammer at fullback, and our outside backs were great. Yeah,
Murray Talangi, I thought it. He did a job. Like he was pretty solid for Queensland. But bro, Dearden and Cherry Evans, they were just a handful all game. Absolute handful.
Yeah, they were electric.
Every time Dearden would run the ball on the left side, I'm like, oh fuck, someone get him. He was just dangerous as.
It seems that the line breaks that Queensland were making, it just seemed so easy. Like Ben Hunt's one where he scored the final try. It looked like you could see right there that New South Wales has truly given up in that game.
Everyone was just like, oh, but it's too hard, Ruben Cotter was good. Obviously didn't have the run meters, but his defense was outstanding. How many tackles did Cotter make tonight? Where is it? Tackles. Cotter made 46 tackles. Not surprised. I'm not surprised.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
That's Ruben Cotter for you, man. Absolute machine. Ben Hunt, great, as we know. Lindsay Collins did his job very, very well. I thought Suaalii and Nanai were a little bit quiet. I don't think they were that involved, but defensively they were both good. What's that? you
Yeah,
say, Fanatics?
yeah. So I think Sewell was, he was okay, but like I don't think he was a standout, one of the standouts. Like I
I
know
think the
there was
back
a lot.
rowers, bro, like
Yeah,
the back rowers were just very good for defense. Like Jeremiah and Nenai nearly had that try, but Robertson obviously saved the day there.
Mm.
I'm not saying they were terrible, but they were probably a little bit quiet
Yeah.
compared to what we've seen at Clubland. But as always, Patrick Carrigan, fucking absolute handful, man.
Oh, he was.
Gee
Yeah,
whiz.
he's a workhorse, Paddy Kerrigan. Yeah,
Workhorse. And then obviously the bench, Fodawaker wasn't, pretty quiet. Harry Grant had a bad start, but he got going as the game went on.
definitely.
And you know what? Jermaine Hopgood, boys, he did fuck all. He really did.
Did you really expect much? Honestly, did
I
you
mean,
really
mate,
expect
16.
much?
Hopgood played half an hour, bro. 16 tackles, ran for 44 meters. Like, it's pretty shit for a forward.
Man, he's not an Origin player. Let's keep honest. He's not.
Ooh, all right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
And then
just gonna
obviously
say that he's not
Felice
an Origin player.
Kafusi was the 18th man. He come on and played 28 minutes and just made a bunch of tackles, man. Didn't do a whole lot. Just sort of come on and defended well.
I will say this: there's a lot of players I would be dropping in New South Wales, and a lot of the players I would be calling.
We're going to get to that. We'll get to that right now. We'll start with the Blues because Queensland won't make any changes. If Walsh happens to be out for game 2, they'll just go hammer fullback, Colbo center, and they'll probably bring
Not
in.
a problem.
They'll probably bring in an outside back to the bench. I don't know who they would bring in. I'm just trying to think of a back. Probably Dan Gagai to the bench, to be honest. But New South Wales, bro, obviously need to make a few changes. Who are we dropping, Champa? Cody, who are we dropping?
Teddy, Hines, controversial, but Hudson Young.
And obviously Suaalii is not going to be there.
Suaalii won't be there as well. But those are the 3 players I would drop: is Teddy, Hines.
All right, Cody, give us yours. Who are you dropping, Cody?
Yeah, Suaalii gone for good. Hines.
Would you drop Teddy?
Yeah. No, I think Teddy stays.
Really?
Yeah. As much as I hate it,
Well,
we don't want any debuts. We don't need any fullback yet. It's pretty good. I think Teddy should stay for game 2.
I've got a couple of controversial takes here, man. I really do. But before I give my 2 cents on who I would drop, Champa, the players that you drop, who do you bring in for them?
All right, in terms if he is fresh, I will bring Dylan Edwards in for James Tedesco. I know what I said. We shouldn't be trusting on debutants, but I think Dylan Edwards, he's at the point he's in. Yeah, Tedesco is finished, and Edwards is in that form where even if he's a debutant, I reckon he will kill it. Kind of contradicts what I said earlier, but it's my opinion. For Nico Hines, bring in Mitchell Moses.
You got to.
We need someone good with kicking, good with
Would
direction.
you bring Latrell in for Suaalii?
I will bring in Latrell. I'll add that as well. Yeah, Latrell Mitchell for Suaalii. We need someone who knows how to win Origin games.
Yeah.
Moses for Hines. Need someone with good direction, good kicking, and can handle the pressure. Now, this is where people might laugh at me. Nick, you might laugh at me. But for Hudson Young,
Go on. Throw it at me.
I will bring it here. Now, I say this because he embodies Origin like a true forward should. I bring in Nathan Brown. Nathan Brown from the Manly
I don't hate it.
I will bring him in.
Surprising.
I don't hate it. I really don't. I don't mind it.
I want
Not bad.
I want to see
What about you?
back fence Nathan Brown coming on the field and giving it to the Queensland forwards.
Okay. All right. Cody, who would you bring in for the players that you said you'd drop?
I said Hines and Suaalii. I would bring in Latrell as a back up. But this one's going to be a tough call because they're in a lot of shit at the moment. I'll bring Bradman Betts to fill in for Suaalii. And for Hines, I'll bring Moses.
I don't know if Bradman Best will be back, but
Oh, yeah, just injured.
good shout if he's healthy. Good shout.
Oh shit.
Not a bad shout. I actually don't mind
Yeah.
it. All right, I'll
If he-
tell you what I'd do. Like, go on, Cody. Continue, bro.
Yeah, I'll bring in Bradman Betts as first option. If he's not able to go, then I would bring Latrell as a backup option.
All right, I'll give you my my changes, and some of you might laugh at this, but I'm going a little bit different. I'm looking for a bit of experience here, man. So obviously, I would not pick Tedesco. I don't think Tedesco should be there. If Edwards is fit, Edwards is there. I know he's on debut, but he's played 3 grand finals. He's won 3 comps in a row, for fuck's sake. I'm sure he'll be fine. Edwards to fullback. Latrell Mitchell to left center. If Latrell Mitchell can't go, then obviously Matt Burton would be my other option. Luai to 5'8", obviously Mitchell Moses to go in at halfback. Now, this is where we get controversial. Right. I don't know how popular this is going to be, but I think start Yo at 13, put McInnes back on the bench.
Ooh.
And here we
Fair.
go. You ready for this? You ready for this?
Go on.
Let's hear it.
I think Lenu stays on the bench as a prop. We need another middle forward, man. I think we drop Hamoli Olakawadu. I think we drop Hamoli Olakawadu. And we bring in an experienced forward who can play in the front row. I know his form hasn't been the greatest, but I would bring in Junior Paulo. We need someone who's been there and done it. Now, if you don't want to drop Hamoli, maybe you drop Hudson Young. But the reason I like Hudson Young is because he can play more positions than Hamoli Olakawatu. And look, man, if we're going to be picking Angus Crichton and Liam Martin in the back row over Hamoli, bringing Hamoli off the bench is just a complete waste of a spot. Bringing him on for 20 minutes, there's no point of that. You might as well just bring on another middle front row. So I'm going with Junior Paulo. I know his form hasn't been the greatest, but in Origin, a bit like Latrell, he'll get the job done. So big call from me, but you people might not agree with it right now, but you might agree with it in a few days or a week. But I'm doing that.
I respect your opinion, Nick, and bringing in experience. That's why
we need experience for game 2. We do.
Exactly. That's why I suggested Latrell Mitchell, because we need that Origin experience. I look at Junior Paulo and I see something similar to Junior Paulo as what a lot of us see within James Tedesco. I'm going to be honest,
I see
mate.
your point.
He's pretty washed. He's not the, in my opinion, and this is from watching Parramatta, I don't see the damaging bulldozer we've seen the past 3 or 4 years ago.
Well, Champa,
yeah.
We saw last week, I know it was just one game, but we saw Junior Paulo against Cronulla last week. He took on the Cronulla forward pack. The Cronulla forward pack have been so good to start the year, and Junior Paulo had his best game of the season last week against the likes of, your Royce Hunts and your Braden Hamlin, your Wellies, and your Oregon Kafusis, and all these guys that have been great all year at Cronulla. If Paulo can do that in Origin, bro, Junior Paulo could be an X-factor forward for us. His offloads, ball playing. He can run for 100 meters. I think game 2, we need some experience, and I think someone like a Paulo and Leno off the bench together could be dangerous. It's just how I see it, but I could be completely wrong. Maybe even Jacob Saifidi might be a good shout.
I just see your point in that. You need an X factor.
You need X factor, bro. You need experience.
Enforcer coming off the bench. Why don't I suggest someone? I'm going to be a bit biased. Why don't I suggest someone like Stefano Ukatamani?
Stefano?
Yeah.
I don't hate the Stefano one. if he's gonna play, he's gonna have to play like, be like you said about Nathan Brown, just off the back, fans go berserk.
Well, yeah, that's why I really went with Nathan Brown. If I'm picking a
I don't
prop,
mind Nathan Brown.
yeah, I think Nathan Brown. Yeah, he's winding back the clock, especially at Manly. It's just I want to see that Junior Paulo, like you're saying, the one that showed up
Yeah, I
against
do.
Carmelo. It's just, is it too late for him? Can he still do it?
Well, Champa, I'll tell you this. If we don't like Junior Paulo, the other two front rowers I like that have been there and done it, I like a Campbell Gillard because he's done it, and I like a Jacob Saifidi. So if any of them three, Paulo, Saifidi, Campbell Gillard, or even a Nathan Brown, if any of them four go on the bench and come on off the bench with a Spencer Lenu with the rotation, I like it. I really do like it.
Yeah, and I've also noticed you decided to keep Hudson Young in your side as well.
Because he's versatile. He can play center if there's an injury. He can play middle forward. He's like, I love Hamoli. I think Hamoli's a freak, and he's going to be an Origin player for years to come. But I just think Hudson Young adds a bit more versatility, and Hudson Young's form at club level for Canberra the last 4 weeks has probably been better than Hamoli's, with all due respect. Hamoli did get suspended, and he only had one game to really prove that he can play Origin. So, is what it is. But we're going to go through the players now, and we're going to give every single player a rating out of 10. And I don't want you to hold back. I want you to be honest. You watched the game, boys. We all watched it ourselves. I watched it with the family. Chandler probably did the same thing. You, Cody and Fanatics, you guys did your own live stream. We're going to rank each player with a rating out of 10. 10 being the best, 1 being diabolical. I think Suaalii gets a 1 for fucking getting sent off and being a fucking clown. But we'll start with the Blues because they lost, and then we'll get to Queensland. So, James Tedesco, boys. Champa, out of 10, how would you rate Teddy?
Honestly, I wouldn't give him anywhere more than I'd be a bit generous a little bit. I'll give him a 5. 5 out of 10.
I'll give him a 4. I was disappointed.
More points because he scored a try for us.
Cody, what do you give him,
4.
Teddy? 4.
Horrible.
Bang. 4. Ouch. Fanatics, what about you?
Yeah, I'll probably say 4. Yeah, I'll go 4.
All right. Brian To'o, Champa.
Oh, quiet on the wing. He didn't get quality ball, but his defense was still good. I'll give him a 6.5.
He did run for 223 meters, but he wasn't really in the game, was he? I'd probably give him a 5.5 or something for me, for Bizza. What about you, Cody?
Yeah, a bit quiet tonight. I'll give him a 5.
Fanatics?
I'll give him a 6.
6. All right, so now that you know what order we're going in, it'll just make things a lot easier. Stephen Crichton, Champa.
He was probably one of our better players. I'll give him an 8.
Yeah, I'll give him an 8 as well. I thought he was great.
7.
8 for me.
Yeah. Suaalii, yeah, 1 out of 10. Fuck off.
Not available. Can't rate him.
Yeah, not available. Yeah, that's probably the right way to put it. Everyone agrees.
1
Not
to
available.
10. There you go.
Yeah,
1 out of 10.
can't rate him.
Zach Lomax, same as Crichton, great. 8 out of 10. He was terrific.
Honestly, 8.5. I'll give him. He was our best player, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Probably
8
was
out
our
of 10.
best.
I'll give
Easily.
him a 7.
Jerome Luai. Look, it's hard. I can't believe Luai. Like, Luai had some good moments, but him and Nico didn't really work. I only give Luai a 5.
I'll give him a 6. He was better than Luai. It was better than Hines, but not much he could do.
5.5 for Luai.
6.5 for me.
Nico Hines. Look, I know he had 1 try. So he's 128 meters or fucking whatever, but he wasn't good, bro. Nico, for me, probably a 3 out of 10. I wasn't impressed at all.
Yeah, I'll give him a 4. Very, very dull.
I can't give him any more than I can't give Nico any more than a 4, bro. He definitely was disappointing.
4.
Yeah. Jake Trbojevic, bro. I feel sorry for Jake Trbojevic. Why did he play like 9 minutes? 4 out of 10. I have to be honest. 4 out of 10 for
Yeah.
Jake.
No, I'm with you, Nick. 4 out of 10, and that's not on him. He didn't get as much as
I feel
minutes as
sorry
he
for the
should.
bloke, bro. I
Yeah.
do.
Same here, 4 out of 10. Not much
Not
game
enough
time.
minutes.
I know
Not enough
Jake's
minutes.
like, I know Jake Roybridge is like the nicest guy ever, but bro, I'd be going, imagine going, what the fuck are you doing? You put me as captain, pay me less than half an hour. What the fuck are you doing, bro? I'd be furious.
Yeah, not
If I was
smart.
Jake.
Should have gave it to someone else.
The fucking point of him playing 8 minutes if he's going to be front row captain, not be on the fucking field.
Mm.
How the fuck's he going to inspire the team when he's on the bench? Fucking fill up the water bottles. You might as well give him the fucking water boy. Fuck me.
Oh,
Makes me wild, bro. I'm telling you. It fucking pisses me off. I'm telling you. Not happy with how they treated Jake. Reece Robson, again, a bit like Lomax and Crichton, probably one of our best. Robson, probably another 8 out of 10. He was great.
yeah. I'll give him a 7.5. Jeez, he was good in defense.
Gee, how good was Robbo?
This one's going to be controversial. I'm going to give him a 9. Mainly for that epic try saver knock on that he did to Nanai.
Oh,
You know what? The try saver was big, and it could have kept us in the game, but everyone just fucked it. Everyone just stuffed it up.
Yep.
What about you, Fanatics? Reece Robson.
yeah, eight for me. It was great for you guys, and yeah.
Payne
8.
Haas. Look, he ran for how many meters? Where's his fucking stats here? Payne Haas. It's not even fucking telling me, is it? Payne Haas. How many meters did he run for? Doesn't want to tell me. Anyway, Payne Haas, boys, we know how, he didn't play a lot of minutes as well. Payne Haas, probably a 5, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm with you. 5 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know what they did to Payne, bro. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Best prop in the game. Deserved more.
Yeah, just so everyone knows in the chat, if obviously we're doing our ratings for the game and whatnot, but when you write your rating in the chat on who you like, and rating out of 10, just try and put the guy's name next to it so we know who you're talking about. That way we all don't get mixed up on who you're giving a rating out of 10. So if you want to write Robson 8 or something, that way it's easier for all of us to understand.
Yep.
All right, Liam Martin, boys. I thought Liam Martin was really solid. I don't think he was as good as, your Lomaxes and whatever, but Liam Martin, probably a 7 for me, 7.5. I'll go 7.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6.5. He was solid. Very good in defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give him a 7.
I'll give him a 6. Solid.
Yeah. Angus Crichton. I thought Angus Crichton was a bit similar to Liam Martin. Tried really hard. Angus Crichton never gave up, in my opinion. I'm going to give Angus a 7.5. I thought he was good too.
Yeah, he gets a 6.5 out of me. Very similar to Liam Martin.
Yeah, same cheaper, 6.5.
I don't see any reason to drop Martin or Crichton. I thought they were both really good.
They should be on our starting second rows for game 2, in my opinion.
Fanatics, what are you saying about Crichton?
Crichton, yeah, I thought it was solid. Definitely wasn't a standout, but yeah, I thought he did his job. So yeah, I'll give him a 6.5 out of 10, 6.5.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Jeffrey. 8 out of 10 for Tedesco. What do you have your fucking mouth over his fucking banana or something, man? Jesus Christ.
I don't know about that one.
How could anybody in this fucking world give Tedesco anything more than a 6 tonight? Goodness me. Goodness me. Were you watching the 2019 Origin Game 3 with Tedesco? Jesus Christ. God, I might go from my fucking head into a fucking bunk bed. Christ.
Oh.
Look, I know everyone has their 2 cents and all, but 8 out of 10, goodness me. Cameron McInnes. Look, I thought McInnes, I think he probably would have benefited more off the bench. Just my opinion. McInnes, probably a 6.
He gets a 4.5. He's just really too quiet. Too quiet. I mean, I can't really rate him because there was not much he did that game that I can actually remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give
What
him
about
for debut. I'll give him a 6.
yeah? Fanatics, what do you say about McInnes?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he did a lot, to be honest. But on his debut, I'm probably going to give him a fair rating, so I'm just going to give him a 6 there. Yeah.
Isaiah Yo, boys, you know what? I was actually really happy with Isaiah Yo.
Yeah.
I think he probably should have started, in my opinion. I said that going into it. I'm going to give Yo a 7. I thought he was good.
I'll give him a 6.5. He was pretty good off the bench.
He was good. He probably should have started, but
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to give Yo a 6, only because he drops a point because he let that intercept to Cherry Evans and and that led to that great try to Queensland.
yeah, I think everyone gave up at the intercept, to be honest. Everyone
6.
gave up.
6 on me.
All right. Hamoliola Kawadu, I honestly wasn't. I mean, his first 5 minutes were good, but after that, I'm like, bro, you give him the ball. Hamoli probably gets a 5 from me.
Molly, yeah, I love the bloke. I was talking him up so much, but I can't give him more than a 5.5. He just did nothing.
It's hard to
That's
give him
not
a
on
big
him.
rating.
Yeah, that's not on him.
Yeah.
He didn't get
No.
much
5.
minutes.
He didn't get the minutes that he should have, and Chamber, we were so nervous about that going into it. I was a bit worried about it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Spencer
thought.
Lenu, a bit like your Robsons and whatever, Lomax, Crichton. I thought Spencer Lenu was outstanding.
It was awesome.
Lenu made me eat my words. I didn't like the selection, but I was proven wrong. Lenu, 7.5 out of 10.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta agree. 7.5. He was amazing.
Yep,
It was very
agreed.
good.
Yeah, 7.
You can hate Lenu all you want. I know he's a bit controversial, but he had a great game. And Hudson Young, look, probably wasn't in the game as much either, man. Hudson Young, probably like a 4.5 out of 10 or something.
I'm gonna give him a 4. Too quiet.
Yeah.
Can't rate him.
4.
Yeah.
Again, it's the same. It's the same as Hamoli. Like we didn't get the minutes.
3.
Oh, ouch! A 3. That's a
Yep.
stinger. All right. Let's go to Queensland. We'll give their ratings, and then obviously we'll do our player of the game and whatnot. I think we all agree probably on the hammer,
Yep.
but Reece Walsh is not available, so we're probably just going to give him a 3 because he got knocked out. But
No rating.
we'll start with Cobbo because he come off the bench. Cobbo boys, for me, 8 out of 10. He was a handful, bro.
Cobbo was very solid, and he was a handful of defense. I'm gonna give him definitely a 7.5.
Yeah, Cobbo was tough to beat.
Cobbo, yeah.
Cobbo, I'll give him an 8. And going into the game, what was going to be the game plan, even if Reece Walsh didn't get knocked out, but I'll still give it an 8.
Well, he was probably going to come on and play lock for like 20 minutes. Who knows?
Lock. Wow.
Yep.
Who knows?
Cobbo,
You know what Queensland do? They bring forwards, they bring backs on and play in the middle for like 15 minutes. Kalen Ponga did it on debut, if you remember, 2018, I think it was, 19.
Played in the back row.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
All
right.
right, Xavier Coates. I thought Xavier Coates was a little bit quiet until second half. I'm gonna give Xavier probably a 6 out of 10.
I'll give him a 7 only because he supported Cherry Evans in that intercept. So
Yeah, that was a good try.
7.5 for Xavier Coates.
I'll give him a 7. 7 out of
Valentine
10.
Holmes. We already said he was a little bit quiet. I'll probably give Val like a 5.
I think he'll get a 6.5 out of me.
Yeah.
We'll go 5.5.
6 out of 10 for me.
Yeah. And the hammer, well, fuck me. Probably a 10. Best on the field.
Oh,
9.5 from me for sure.
a 9.
Yeah,
easily.
It doesn't
9.5.
matter. 9 or 10. He's obviously probably top 3 on ground anyway. So
9 easily for me.
Murray Tulungi, probably a little bit quiet, but did his job well. I'll give Tulungi probably a 6.5.
Oh yeah, I'll give him a
6.
7. He still turned up for
7.
Queensland.
6 out of 10.
Tom Dearden, boys, again, second Origin game. Dearden was very solid. Didn't overplay his hand too much. Dearden probably gets a 7 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7.5. Dearden was their tackle blasting machine. He made some good breaks.
Yep.
Yeah, hopefully,
Dearden did great in Cameron Munster's place. I'll give him an 8.
hopefully Tom Dearden continues to do it at the Cowboys.
Yeah, this weekend.
Yeah. Daly Cherry Evans, I was surprised that he was given player of the game, but he did play well. I'll give Cherry Evans an 8. I didn't think he'd get player in the match, but 8 out of 10 for Cherry Evans.
I'll be a bit more generous. I'll give him a 9. He was still one of the best players on field.
Yeah.
8.5.
8 for me. 8.
Ruben Cotter. Now, Cotter has definitely had better Origin games, but his job was just defense. So Cotter for me, probably a 7.
I'll give him an 8. He was a defensive machine for Queensland.
7.5.
Ben Hunt, again, bit like the Hammer. I'll give Ben Hunt a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. 9 out of
9.
10. He was amazing.
Yep, 9.
Ben Hunt was out of this world. Lindsay Collins, very good game from him. He was always a handful to tackle. I'll give Lindsay probably an 8, to be honest.
Yeah, 8.5 from me.
8.
8 out of 10.
Lindsay bloody Collins. Jaden Sewer, defensively it was solid. Didn't really do much with the ball. I'll give Sewer a 6.
I'll give him a 7. He was still pretty solid.
Yeah.
6.
7 out of 10.
Jeremiah Nanai, solid. He did look dangerous on that ride. I'll give Nanai 6.5.
7 out of 10 for me.
6.5.
6 out of 10 for me.
Paddy Carrigan, boys, outstanding. Paddy Carrigan was a fucking machine. Carrigan probably for me gets like an 8.5.
Yeah, I'm going to give him an 8. Jeez, he was so destructive with the ball.
Yeah,
Such a
8.5.
8 for me out of 10.
Mo Fodawaker, to be honest, I reckon Fodawaker did fuck all. I'm going to give Fodawaker a 4. I don't think he did anything.
Mm.
I mean, I'm going to give him a 5. I just can't remember him doing any much.
Yeah.
Me either, bro.
4.
Me either. Jermaine Hopgood, he didn't do anything either.
Yeah, he gets
Hopgood
a 5.
Hopgood gets a 4 as well. Him and Fodawaker did fuck all for Queensland.
Hopgood gets a 3.
Oh!
3. Wow.
3.
And Felice Kafusi. He
turned up in some parts.
Yeah, 18th man. Come on, did a job. I'll give Kafusi, probably a 5.
I'll give him a 5.5.
5.
Very good.
5.
Yeah.
The Queensland bench was very quiet.
Yeah, it's just their starters, bro. They just so like Cotter Carrigan played big minutes, and they just, bro, their impact is incredible. It really is. All right, so player of the game, boys. I'm going to go with the Hammer. I think Hammer deserves it, but who are you going with?
I got to agree. I can't look anywhere else other than the Hammer. In attack, he was amazing. It's it's interesting coming from center and then moving into fullback, where he probably wouldn't be training a lot much during the Origin lead up, and obviously he felt so comfortable in there, and that's why he gets my man of the match.
Oh, sorry, boys. We just got to rate Harry Grant. Completely forgot about Harry Grant. Harry Grant for me probably like a 5.5. I don't think he was as impactful as other Origin games.
Yeah, give him he gets a 6 from me.
5.
Yep.
All right,
6.5.
Me and Champ are going with Hammers play of the game. Cody, Fanatics, who are you going with?
Well,
look, for me, I can't really go past the Hammer. I can't. I can't go past the Hammer. Yeah, look, I said in my stream, I've stick with it. In my live stream, I gave Hammer the man of the match, and I think Cherry Evans comes close there in second, and Hunt as well. Ben Hunt. So those are my top 3.
I was just gonna say,
I'll give it to the Hammer.
I was just gonna say, Cody, you go first, bro. Who's your player of the game?
Yeah, I thought about going Cherry Evans only because for that 40-20 and that intercept, that he's probably the king of the intercepts now. But I've got to give it to Ben Hunt. Surprisingly, he played very well tonight for those 2 tries. I know he didn't play that much tonight, but I think I'll still give it to Ben Hunt.
I was just going to say quickly, I think we all agree that the three best players were obviously Hammer, Ben Hunt, and and then probably Cherry Evans. They're probably the three, right?
Yep. Pretty much.
Is there any honourable mentions that you want to give for Queensland?
Cobo?
I will give an honourable
good shout.
mention.
Good shout.
I'll give an honourable mention to probably Ruben Cotter. Man, he's
Defensively,
I'm sick of hearing this. He's 95 kilos. Why is he playing prop? He's too small. Yada yada yada. That game he just played proved why he is a starting prop for Queensland.
I'll give an honourable mention to Patrick Carrigan. He was great as well. Very good. And Champa, obviously, and Cody as well. For New South Wales, who would you say was our overall best out of that terrible 38-10 loss?
Oh, I got to choose between Lomax or Critter. I'm gonna say Lomax.
I think I am too.
Yeah. I will say
Lomax.
Crichton deserves praise in defense though, because he was amazing in defense.
I'll give an honourable mention to Reece Robson. He was great too.
No, honourable mention to Liam Martin as well.
Yeah, good shout. I'd say like our five best. Obviously, we got flogged 38-10, and it's hard to really give our players a good rating, but the only players that I thought really had a go and looked good were Zach Lomax, Stephen Crichton, Liam Martin, Reece Robson, and probably Spencer Lena. They're probably the five that they're safe for game 2. They're probably the five that are definitely locked in.
Yeah, I agree.
I think obviously you got a few others there, but just one of them nights, bro. The send off obviously destroyed us, and we got back in the game there at 20-10, but it was just missed opportunities. Queensland just went bang, bang, bang. All right, boys, that might do the review. It's been a very fucking good review. We've been on here for just over an hour now, so I just want to give a massive thank you to Lachlan there, all that Champa, and thank you to Warriors NRL Fanatics and Cody's Footy World. If you haven't subscribed to Warriors NRL Fanatics and Cody's Footy World, make sure you do. I'm going to leave their YouTube channels in the description below as I end this live in a moment. But, boys, thank you very much for coming on.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for having me on, bro. It's a tough night to have. I know Fanatics is going to be cheering away. He'll be happy that his team won.
Go have a beer, Fanatics. Go have a beer.
He'll have a beer.
Go to Caxton.
He'll have a beer in celebration, and I think Nick, Cody, I think we'll be having beers of disappointment. We'll be just trying to drink our worries away.
Yeah, well, bring on game 2, I guess, but Victoria doesn't favour New South Wales a lot, but do all die in 3 weeks.
Make some fucking changes. Good Lord. Anyway, guys, also massive shout out to the New Zealand followers that have been watching the whole time as well. It's fucking 1:14 over in New Zealand. So shout out to Hosea in the live chat and Jason Reader that was there before. Appreciate you guys. I know it's 1:14 in the morning for you fellas. So thanks for staying up and watching the review. Really appreciate you guys.
Quickly right now, before we go, it's not over for the Blues because we do have the women's origin. We do have the women's origin, the Sky Blues.
Yeah, 2-0 tomorrow and then 3-0 in fucking Townsville after that.
13 plus again. Well,
all right, guys, it's time to go put our heads for a fucking door after that. Enjoy. Have a good night, everyone. If you're a Queenslander, fuck you. But have a good one, everyone.
Go the Blues.
Yeah, the Maroons.
Fuck Queensland.